Pray you can play as long as me. Pray.
I'm trying to embarrass them. I'm trying to make them look bad.
I can tell you haven't played a long time.
And that's what I did.
What a catch! He's been doing it for 14 years.
Like, y'all got all the footage.
Back of the end zone, sidelines. No one is better than him.
Oh, man, come on. Caught by Cris Carter.
Are you kidding me? Cris Carter, it's a touchdown. The best catch I've seen this year.
Wow. Down in bounds. What a catch. End zone. Touchdown. Cris Carter. Oh, man. Carter does it again.
I'm Cris Carter, former NFL football player, currently Pro Football Hall of Famer. Well, watching the game was a little different for me because I grew up more of a basketball player. My brother was in the NBA, so I was an NBA fan. But my high school coach had compared me to Lynn Swann one time. Then also Dallas Cowboys' Drew Pearson, just the way they played the game above the ground. And it was also a gracefulness for which they played the game. And that was one of the things that I always tried to duplicate.
I always felt like that I was going to be a professional athlete.
Ohio State wide receiver Cris Carter is the most feared deep threat in college football. Carter has caught more passes for more yards and more touchdowns in a season than any Buckeye ever. And with another year to play, he is already Ohio State's career reception leader.
There's Carter, and he delivers again.
I got ruled ineligible after my junior year at Ohio State, signed with a sports agent. Yeah, I took money, same thing they're doing today. So I had to declare for the draft. We came to an agreement, they were going to change the rule. So I am actually the first NFL player to only have spent 3 years in college. And then once I was drafted, I was just trying to adapt to this very, very new environment. Just getting used to the locker room. Reggie White, Mike Quick, Randall Cunningham was mentoring me. So it was a great transition for me, even though it was hard with the lack of timing and the lack of practice to get used to the pro game.
On third down, Cunningham lobs it and has Carter for a touchdown. Oh, yeah. So Cris Carter's first professional catch is a touchdown.
One of the things with the coaching staff that they developed with me early was, what routes do you like to run? And to me, my favorite route ever running was the post corner route.
Carter, and a diving catch and a touchdown by Cris Carter.
It takes a little more time to develop, and you have to be deceptive in a way to make them think you're going somewhere that you're not. So you have to be very, very disciplined as far as your eye contact and as far as your head position, what you're going to do.
Look at the concentration.
Flint. Cunningham wide open. Carter. Touchdown.
Here, straight to the corner. Nice reception on the play.
I make sure I get to the top of my route, and I make sure I stick my head in the ground. He's going to stay upfield on my shoulder, think I'm running the post, and I'm going to snap it on him. And if his ankles and stuff aren't taped, he's going to have a problem trying to get back out of it.
In the corner, man open, caught. Terry asked him last night, what is your favorite kind of catch?
And he said, I come inside, I use my eyes. I use my eyes to freeze him, and then I use my speed to outrun him and make the catch.
Carter's going to take him here, bring him in here. He gets Walls turned around, then he breaks back to the corner. Everson Walls was looking, took a peek in there, just at the time he was given that move by Cris Carter.
Notice Carter on Robert Williams, takes him inside, freezes him, then the ball comes down to Carter. What's his favorite route? Everybody knows it by now.
Cris Carter, who Philadelphia feels is going to be a great receiver to complement Mike Quick.
I was very familiar with what they wanted to do, what role they wanted me to play in the offense, and the chance to be a starter. All those things motivated me to get ready for year number 2.
Cunningham going deep for Carter. Carter has it inside the 10.
And Cris Carter, second-year player out of Ohio State, looking good.
Cunningham back, blitz on, he goes deep. Big play, caught, touchdown.
He believes in his quarterback. Carter on his way. Cris Carter.
I wanted to be consistent. Now, some games, you're not going to get the targets. The game flows a little bit different. So for me, catch everything they throw to you, catch everything that everybody else does, and then make a couple catches that no one does.
Lobs it. Caught, touchdown, Cris Carter.
Cris Carter said, I don't catch many passes, but I do catch a lot of touchdown passes.
So that was always my goal. And I just methodically go about it and doing that week after week after week.
Cunningham looking for Carter, and did he get in?
So being a wide receiver, if you're not careful, you can develop a lot of bad habits, not knowing the top of the route, things like that. It made it very, very hard for a younger receiver to transition. And every year it would be the same thing. I'm trying to prove to you everything you're paying me, it's worth it. Without these hands, I don't know what I'd do.
You were scheduled to take a drug test, and you came up positive, and that showed me that you had a real problem. If you couldn't do away with it for 2 days till you got tested, then you had a real problem.
That could have been a disaster. So many people went through that and ruined their lives, ruined so many families' lives. And then my agent called me and told me that the Vikings had claimed me and I had to go to Minnesota. I was like, God, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Cris Carter, the former Eagle, is in there. Scored 11 touchdowns for them, but the problem with the Cris Carter, he's worked against them all last year. They know him like a book. First and 15.
Whoa, wide open, Carter.
Cannon, going deep. Touchdown.
Oh, and
Cris Carter.
How good must he feel?
Oh, who caught so many touchdown passes here in his years with the Eagles, and here he is coming back to Philadelphia and putting 6 points on the board.
Told you the story, Philadelphia Eagles, Buddy Ryan wished him well, released him, picked up on waivers by Minnesota.
7 going deep for Cris Carter, and the former Eagle is out in front, and Cris Carter is having every dream come true.
Because Cris Carter just ran away from all of them.
Isaiah Jenkins on the coverage out there, and first of all, he slipped on a little quick move that Carter put him to the outside, and then, hey, that's not bad speed.
I was able to have a big game on Monday night against the Eagles and Buddy Ryan.
And look at Cris Carter here, shake hands with Buddy Ryan. Class move.
The only way Buddy could help me was to cut me. He wouldn't have helped me if he'd have kept me. They made a football decision. I'm happy. Unfortunately, I'm with a good team, getting a chance to play. I'm still in the league. I'm able to take care of my family. Buddy did a lot of things for me. He's let me play for 3 years here. That's 3 more than a lot of people. So I have no bad feelings towards him.
It's just gonna make your spiritual muscle stronger. Every good man I know been through something.
3rd and long. They go underneath. Cris Carter, some nice running, and a first down. 78 yards to lead the Vikes. Full pressure on, it goes to Cris Carter. At the 10, Carter, touchdown.
And he's a proven receiver, and this is finally he gets his chance.
4th and 11. He's going long for Cris Carter. Carter steals it at the 4.
Man, I made some catches that stupid, like crazy stuff. A lot of people, they like the catch I made against the Falcons, where I was able to catch the ball with one hand, a little bit off the ground.
What a great Carter makes a one-handed catch. Touchdown. Holy mackerel.
If you're going to catch the ball at an extraordinary level, you need to know what you're catching.
Oh, what a catch.
This ball is so big, you can't catch it. You have to apprehend it.
Off that one, and Carter makes the catch.
And look at the way he catches the ball with his hands. That's the key here. Look at it.
This Wilson football is the biggest football made.
His great escapability sets it up for Carter.
High school footballs are smaller, college footballs, CFL, USFL footballs, they're all smaller than this. So the ability to be able to catch this at a high level, it takes a lot of different things. My #1 concentration is on the point. Watch the point, grab the fat.
Got him complete. Well-spoken football player to play the official thug position. Touchdown, Minnesota, Cris Carter. Beautiful catch by Cris Carter. Fine read and pass by Sean Salisbury.
Gannon looks deep near sideline, intended for Carter. He made the catch, and a flag is down.
Carter does an excellent job. He's become the big play man for the Minnesota Vikings.
That looks like something a baseball player would do. He didn't even use that left hand.
On the 30-yard line. Gannon is going up the middle to Cris Carter. Touchdown.
Back to George. Going deep for Carter. Touchdown.
For the end zone. Touchdown.
The toe drag swag. Now, I don't know why people don't want to give me credit for that. Like, there was nobody doing that stuff.
1 foot down, the other foot down.
Alive. Now he throws it to the corner of the end zone. Caught by Carter.
Touchdown, Vikings! Looking and throwing. Caught. Touchdown by Cris Carter.
I could calculate how many strides it took to the hash mark, how many strides it took from the hash mark to the sideline, and how many steps, how many strides, full speed it would take from the numbers to the sideline.
Sideline Carter did a beautiful job at dragging the foot.
Grounded, quickly, ball get in the end zone. There's the lob into the end zone, and Carter. Cris Carter, as he has done so many times, touchdown pass from Warren Moon.
And getting all those measurements right, you're able to take advantage of the field. And I used to always tell the quarterback, just throw it high and outside. Act like you're trying to throw it to the equipment guy.
A swing of 14 points. Carter deep sideline. Does he have possession?
Both feet are down. The catch is made.
After playing with me and practicing with me and guys seeing me do this every single day, they became very, very comfortable with throwing it out there to lead me out there to make sure that I would get there.
Cris Carter extending to make the catch. Cris Carter sees he has to ad-lib, turns around, goes to the outside, reaches out, makes the catch, and gets his feet in bounds.
Just he knows where he is on the field. You talk about always knowing where you are. That he did.
Now, real potential in life is not anything you've ever accomplished. So for me, I try to set new goals. So the more successful you are, the harder it is to set real goals for your future. When people say, Cris, you're the best Vikings receiver, so I come into training camp as if I'm not the best receiver.
And fires, and it's caught. Carter makes a nice move to avoid Kevin Smith and score.
When we have these meetings, they say, Cris, what are you trying to prove? Yeah, when you throw the ball in the air, when you don't throw it to me, that you're a fool.
And there's a pass. Cris Carter is wide open. Touchdown, Vikings.
So that was my mindset in my 12 years at Minnesota.
Carter! 30! 20! Touchdown!
What a way to end it in overtime. A 65-yard touchdown pass to Cris Carter.
Anything else you're trying to prove? I'm the best receiver that you have. With all the different offensive coordinators, all the different players we played with, and I was out to try to prove that from the time that I got there.
Stuck, two-man hit Moon, and the pass is caught. Flag is down, and Cris Carter wound up with the ball with Doug Evans right on top of him. Watch the concentration. The ball's in the air, never takes his head off. Look at that. That's unbelievable.
The ability to be able to develop the individual skills, you have to do a lot of that on your own. And you have to continue to grow your game on your own.
And anytime you have Cris Carter one-on-one, pass completed.
Randall looking for the deuce, and Carter makes the catch.
Pretty nifty catch by Cris Carter.
Lone setback, Robert Smith. Johnson throws, flag thrown.
And Johnson goes to the middle. Yeah! Touchdown, Cris Carter!
I was entering the last year of my contract. And at the time, I was very secure in my career, my place in history, and what was going to happen. But I knew that as a younger player, there were players that took care of me coming into the league. And I thought it was more of a duty as an NFL legend, the way other legends have done, the way they make the game great for the last 103 years, is we've taken care of the younger players, and we taught them how to play pro football because they don't know how to play.
Yes, sir. Make the play, won't nobody else make. That's what makes us different.
When he goes like that, go outside of him right here and stay right here. Hey, Moss, either you're on or you're off, okay?
Well, the thing about Randy Moss when we drafted him, Coach Green told me, Cris, I need you to take care of him. And I knew without my guidance, it would be very hard for him to be able to adjust.
So I think that's part of my job, being his friend. See, that's friendship. Yeah. That's that tough love your mom tells you about.
There you go. There you go. Tough love.
On first down, Cunningham going deep this time. And it's a touchdown to Cris Carter. Cunningham lets it fly deep. And it's caught. Touchdown. That is Randy Moss.
Well, we changed most offenses because we were so productive.
With time, the pass is caught by Cris Carter, and Carter heads for the end zone and scores. Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass, and is in the end zone anyway.
We ran 3 receiver sets, and that got adopted around the NFL an awful lot.
3 wide receivers for the Vikings, looking to the end zone for Carter. Touchdown!
So it became our advantage. People could see that.
Here is Cris Carter downfield, makes the catch and gets the touchdown.
In the NFL, you could see every week we were playing against teams, we're playing more and more 3 wide receivers.
3 wide receivers out of the backfield, but the deep throw for Randy Moss. Touchdown! On 3rd down, Johnson with time, deep in the end zone for Carter. Touchdown!
So we saw that change happening in the early 90s.
There are going to be nightmares for cornerbacks in the NFL.
He's done a good job tonight, too. Johnson to throw again over the middle. Carter, touchdown. He beat Top. The 100th touchdown catch of his brilliant career for Cris Carter.
Like, the thing about me was I was consistent with my energy every given Sunday. Collectively, that's my story.
What does he do? Somebody remind me what Cris Carter just does.
Just catches touchdown.
Oh, that's all. That's what I thought.
For Minnesota, Smith the single setback. Culpepper looking that way. Carter at the 5. Cris Carter now 1 catch away from 1,000.
And wouldn't it be fitting? We saw Jerry Rice's 1,000th catch, okay? That was a touchdown. Wouldn't it be fitting if he got one as well?
Well, Joe, that's all he does is catch touchdown.
We had lined up in the red zone. We knew they would play regular defense, 4-3, no nickel. And the strong safety, no matter where I was, he was going to have to cover me if they went man-to-man. So we lined up in our standard slot formation.
He's in the slot on the right. Culpepper. Carter, touchdown! What a way to do it!
I remember thinking my first catch was a touchdown. Now my 1,000th was a touchdown.
Culpepper to the end zone, throws to Carter, got it! Touchdown! Catch number 1,000! On behalf of the National Football League, congratulations.
That's one of the few times along the way that I was able to stop and smell the roses.
I'm not going to exchange my career for any other time or any other opportunity because I'm very, very fortunate to be in the Hall. I would say that of all the receivers in the Hall of Fame, no one has, my resume as far as the things that I went through. I'm the only wide receiver in the Hall of Fame in the supplemental draft. If you look at the way I had dealt with addiction throughout my career. So my number one thing is I've been able to overcome myself. I've been able to overcome my deficiencies, which supersedes anything I could ever do in football.